everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Porter and Ale. We had an episode that we'd planned a few weeks back. I say planned, he kind of wasn't a part of it, I'm sorry. But no, some of you might know that I happened to be stomping around in Boston, and while I was up there, I happened to be with our old pal Hops.
Hi!
And we also had another special guest, which was our first real, well, I don't want to say real challenger. Our first challenger who went all the way.
Yes.
Done! Okay, that doesn't really count.
We were going to have a special edition ale, hops, and lager episode, but the video footage kind of crapped out on us. What? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you all about it. Tell all of you all about it. And maybe you'll get to see some of the footage that's workable within everything that we're doing. So, when we got up there, we went to the Samuel Adams Brewery. So while we were there, we got to tour the facility, obviously, and then at the end they let you test some beers. They had two that I've obviously tried that were on the market, but they whipped out a new one that I've never tried, and I wish I could remember the name of it. It was like Three Brown
Bobs.
It was a porter. It was really good.
Cool.
I wish I could remember the name of it. It's making me mad.
Three Brown Bobs.
But we got to try that. We all kind of enjoyed it, but that was before we even thought about doing the show.
Yeah.
So we searched around, and obviously they were all Sam Adams brews that we got, but they were all special brews that you could only get there.
That's really cool.
You can't find anywhere else. So first one we had was American Kriek, or Kriek, depending on how you want to say it. Kriek.
Kriek.
Whatever you want to say.
That's a Kriek, man.
Kriek. Now, this is one of their special barrel room collections. You've probably seen them at liquor stores. They come in a fancy black bottle and whatnot, and they got the big cork and the thing. I think we may have... I don't think we've had one on here. Anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, you can only get it up in Boston, from what I know. I've never seen it down here, which is a shame. But it's a cherry lambic, maybe?
Ooh.
Epic voice, please. Thank you.
Deep crimson in color, with aromas of dark cherries, this flavorful ale is our take on the Belgian Kriek style. Aged on a bed of battalion cherries for an intense black cherry character, the dark red fruit and tart sweetness is balanced and mellowed by a rich maltiness and a hint of toasted oak from barrel aging. One of our brewers' favorite places to experiment is the barrel room at our Boston brewery. It's here that each of our Sam Adams barrel room collection brews was born.
I wanted it because, again, it was the first one I ever had the very first time I went to Boston. So I thought, I want to share this with them because I liked it. So we sat down. It really is kind of an amber color, kind of hazy, not very filtered.
It smells very good.
Smells very, very good. Popped the cork, sampled it, and it was unanimously good. Everybody seemed to enjoy it.
I actually like this a lot. I've never had a beer like this before.
It's very tart.
It is tart.
A lot of cherry flavor. Not very sweet like you would think, but it was a good cherry flavor with a nice tart after finish. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. Wonderful. The next one we had was, it was interesting. What was it called? I should have wrote this down. I think I had planned on it. It was...
you planned on footage.
I did. It came... it was another limited edition bottle, and it was a Scotch ale.
Ooh.
This says, aged in the underground beer cellar at our Boston brewery, this barrel-aged Scotch ale spent 6 months in whiskey and Samuel Adams Utopia barrels, developing a rich, peaty smoke character. With notes of dark fruit and slight hint of maple, our barrel-aged Scotch ale is an exclusive Sam Adams brew that can only be found in Boston for a limited time.
What? But I thought... I've had their Scotch ale before, kind of a smoky kind of flavor to it, but this was a special Scotch ale. And I think it had a higher alcohol volume of 11, I want to say. So it was up there a little bit more. We popped the cork, or whatever was on it, and
Oh, wow. That is smoky.
Yes.
Smoky is the right term because, oh man.
Yeah, like
Barbecue
you
sauce.
just grilled something and you got your face in it.
Your burn barrel going, you came back in, that stench that's on your clothes, right there.
It's like they stuck this into a smoker and just let it ferment the beer. So as you can imagine, our reactions were a little...
Very smoky.
Wow. Wow.
I will tell you right now, this is not a beer for me.
I only would drink this if I was very desperate
No.
to get drunk.
No.
But I will say that for me, I could probably tolerate drinking it. You know, maybe not all at once. Maybe a sipping beer, you know. And it would definitely be awesome for cooking.
Ooh,
For
yeah.
meat, let that simmer in
yeah.
there. That smoky flavor get in
Use
there.
that in your brine.
So I think that was my genuine takeaway from that. Not really my cup of tea. Definitely wasn't theirs.
Can't all like everything, can we?
The third one we had was, this was one that I was really surprised to see there, and I'd heard about through newsletters and stuff like that from Sam Adams. It was called the Cosmic Mother Funk.
Nice.
And I was like, that just sounds interesting. I want to try that.
That sounds motherfucking awesome.
Right.
Do we want me to put some funk in this?
Yes.
Right.
Bring it with the funk.
This one-of-a-kind Belgian style ale ferments with some Hungarian oak tons with some Brettanomyces. That's a word.
That's the word I can say!
Brettanomyces, Laboratorigomesis, and some other wild microorganisms found in the environment in our barrel room. That's funky. To create a top, funky,
Preach it.
but complex brew. We've added a small amount of Belgian candied sugar. You know you love that sugar. And a hint of sweetness that complements the notes of dark fruit, cherry, cocoa, and vanilla and the smooth finish. You better love that shit.
Found a bottle of that, cracked it open. It was funky.
Oh, it's sour.
Oh my god, is it sour?
So if you're into that sort of thing, you know, it could be your thing.
And I can see how somebody could. It's
Yeah.
just not my thing.
But it wasn't, I mean, we've had sour beers before, but I wouldn't say it was the worst sour beer I've had. But it was just too sour for me as a whole. I don't think I would drink it regularly. The last one we had, this one was kind of a big get. And I say a big get because I wanted us to have a beer that was just something way out there, like we do.
Yeah.
Luckily, they had just that.
Really?
Okay. I was looking around for another beer, and I happened to see this cooler that they had, and they had these big jugs. So I go over there, and the first one I see, they'd have no print on them other than the Sam Adams label on it.
Yeah.
But then it has a tag on it, tied on, that tells you what it is and the alcohol by volume. First one I spotted was the one we had in the brewer tasting room, which was the 3 brown, whatever the hell. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's been a while. I should have wrote this down. But there was another one right below it. It was an Oyster Stout.
Ooh.
What the?
The moment I laid eyes on it, I said, I have to get this. Because what is your first inclination thinking about an oyster stout?
Oh, I'm thinking like a stout, like fermented with like oysters.
And you would expect it to be kind of fishy or
Funky, yeah.
You would be surprised to find out it is not.
This is the Guinness.
Because we all had this distinct thought that this is going to be a nasty, fishy...
Like you picked up a beer bottle off the beach and just started swinging it.
So that we all had that, because oyster stout, that's not what your brain just processes it. No. But it was actually not that bad.
Okay.
Not as sweet
Okay.
as a Guinness. I like
Okay.
it. I like it a lot, actually.
It almost pains me to say this because I was ragging on it so hard for the last 2 days. It's not.
The name is terrifying.
Yes, it is.
Stop putting.
So it was really an interesting type of beer. So if you ever get a chance to try it, don't let the name fool you. In fact, don't let names fool you anytime, because you never know. It might actually be good. But that was our Boston trip.
But wait, there's more!
Lager here, she dared me.
You should put that video.
Oh, it's gonna.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
so
We got hops in Boston, there might be one like Boston. Public transit.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we can get hops from here that aren't quite like that. We prefer hops for big projects, for our Boston lager, to come from all over the world. We use certain hops for certain beers. These
Got it. Come on.
It don't take no for an answer.
How you feeling?
Ugh! Everybody, it's Ale, from Porter and Ale, that show you're just watching right now. So what we're doing is we're sitting in Doyle's, FJ Doyle's, if you want to get more specific. It's in Boston, and this is like the original place that the very first Boston lager was cracked open. So how about that? A little history lesson for you. Look who I got with me. You might know her.
Hi.
Who's that? Oh, we know her. She was on the show just a little while ago, maybe. We don't know. Anyway, what we have here is something that was on, or something you can only get in Boston. It's called a Sam Adams 26-2. They don't sell them outside of Boston that I'm aware of. So I'm going to try it for the first time right here and then give you a little sample and let you know what I think. So if you can kind of look at it, it's a golden, kind of hazy, so we're kind of thinking maybe like a pale ale or something of that nature. Wheat ale maybe. So I'm going to give it a go. Kind of tastes like a cold snap, if you're familiar with that. It's that pale spring wheat ale type. There's not really a distinct flavor to it that I can get. Just a wheat ale. That's all I can really say. It's not bad though. It's really good. So I'm glad I got to try it. I'm glad I got to share it with you and her and whoever's holding the camera there. I mean, if you want to, oh God, look at that! It's hops. So. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you real quick and on our beer adventure in Boston. Yeah. All right, we'll see you soon. That was our Boston trip. I hope you guys enjoyed our my story about it, and we'll see you next time.